We're going to talk about another sport that we haven't really mentioned yet, but it is coming up soon. We're 4 weeks out, I think, from preseason football starting. Actually, we're even less than that for the Hall of Fame game, but for the regular schedule to get underway, 4 weeks and 8 weeks out from the NFL schedule starting. So we're going to do something where every one of us are going to pick division winners, Super Bowl winners. We're going to hold each other to it. And, guys, I think we should come up with some type of, bet or something that the loser, the guy who gets all of the worst picks, has to do. What do you guys think of that?
I thought we were going to wait till
I'm down, but...
Yeah, we're not going to pick them right now. I'm just throwing out ideas here.
Okay. Yeah, I'm down with that.
Yeah,
what are we going to bet?
Did I just say Patriots?
Got to have your division winners. You got to have your division winners and then
Stone
have
Cold
them
Lead
go.
Pipe Lock.
Yeah,
We're also going to do Kev and myself are Jets fans. We're going to be horrible. So Kev is going to do a quarterback watch for us, keep an eye on some college QBs, and we'll keep an eye on the Jets' loss streak. Hopefully it goes to 16 this season.
Hey, Straub, speaking of that, did you see the Sam Darnold, the guy from USC, is already threatening to stay in another year?
That.
He's going to dodge the Jets.
The headline was, will he pull a Peyton and spurn the Jets?
Oh, that'll be awesome. That guy was...
Yeah.
He's staying in. He don't want to come to the Jets.
I don't blame
As soon
him.
as I saw it, I just shook my
He's
head.
out.
But at the same time, he's out of USC. USC quarterbacks have not really
Nah, I don't
turned
want
out
him.
too well. So
I'm out.
The only decent one is Carson. And I
yeah,
think he got hurt or something, and they tried.
I don't even know what you're talking about, man.
no, he just retired. He didn't want to play for the Bengals anymore and just retired for a few years.
I could have swore he got hurt, though. I don't know.
Yeah.
Nah.
I thought so too, but I'm not sure. I didn't see any replays or anything, so.
I don't know what the hell you're talking about.
So even though there's nothing going on with the NFL yet, we did have some news with Rich's boy, Dez Bryant. A couple
I do
hours
like
late
Dez
to
Bryant.
conditioning. Already starting problems here, buddy?
He was at a charity event. He spent $16,000 on barbecue for kids from his hometown.
Barbecue.
And now
he's
he's
the star-
15 minutes late.
And he's the star of the
overweight.
team. So
He's
he
eating
can,
barbecue.
right? Eating barbecue.
Cornbread.
No, you throw that. You don't eat that.
If you don't get that, please go back and listen to the end of show number 2.
So I feel like Dez Bryant is like the most hated on dude in the NFL.
I'm gonna let people know I ride for him no matter what.
It's either him or
Throw
Odell
up the
Beckham.
X.
But I
But
think it's still Dez.
It might be
Yeah.
Odell.
It's
Odell's
close.
gaining on him.
I'm just giving
definitely.
it to Dez because he's been doing it long.
Listen, my wife, who is the smartest person I've ever met in my life,
Is she in the same room as you right
now
now?
that he answered
Nope.
the phone.
she's not. She's not in the same room with me right now. She's actually at work. But I told her when I got the alert, I said, "Oh, Dez was 3 hours late to conditioning. This will be a big deal." And she looked at me and she said, "Well, you know what? If my father was my grandfather / uncle / mom's boyfriend, I would probably be late to some things too." And it put it all in perspective for me. Like, if you don't know the background of Dez Bryant's life, like, you can't really sit here and judge this man. He grew up in a house that had the refrigerator locked, so he couldn't eat, but all his brothers and sisters could eat. His father is like his grandfather. Like, I gotta look up the story again, but it was some weird stuff. The only reason he got to play football is because he stole the equipment off of a front porch because his family couldn't afford it. Like,
When he got first into the NFL, they gave him I don't want to call it a babysitter, but it was essentially what it was, like a guy that he lived with. I think ESPN did like a E60 on him or something, like a little short. Do you remember what I'm talking about?
yeah.
I heard rumors that because Zeke keeps on having little run-ins with the law or confrontations at 2:30 in the morning because he loves the nightlife, that they may do the same exact thing with him.
Well, is this because they're on the Cowboys
Yes.
What?
that
Yeah.
these babysitters happen?
Yes.
I think yeah.
Them
Part
are
of
the
it is because-
Bengals.
Part of it is because
Bengals
Jerry
let them
Jones
ride.
Jerry Jones is also. It seems to be like he's attracted to those type of personalities.
Because they're the best football players.
Yeah.
Think of any great college team. They all had players with questionable character. I guess you want to
even
say.
to this day, they still do. Every time the draft gets ready to go, it's this guy did this when he was in high school, and this guy got arrested for that, and this dude smokes pot. And
The
those are
Florida
usually the
Gators
ones that
star
are really,
player
really
was a
good because
murderer.
they know they are.
Yeah, it doesn't make a difference for them. It's the guys that, well, I guess, a lot of dudes have slipped in the draft lately a lot because of that kind of stuff. Like Mixon was a first-round pick,
Yeah,
There's been a lot of people lately, that's what they're emphasizing, and I think half of it is BS. These are 20-year-old kids, high school kids. Obviously they're going to make mistakes. Obviously it's an extreme punching a woman in the face, but, some of the stuff that they get on these dudes for is ridiculous. Let them live a little bit. Who cares if a high school kid smokes weed? The people criticizing them did it, they probably still do it, so who are you to say anything?
It's all
if
about
our
the
early
image and the
20s
media,
team,
man.
We wouldn't get drafted. All of us would be that talent that didn't get drafted and was working out for teams if we had our early 20s on tape.
Oh my God, yeah. Even now, I think about it. We're over here, hearing Dez about being late to practice, and you hear about his upbringing, but ain't nobody really hear about all the money he spent on that charity barbecue. Think about us when we were 20, man. I don't want to hear nothing nobody had to say.
Right.
You know what I mean? And if I wanted to be 20 minutes late or a half hour late or even skip your conditioning, guess what? I was going to do that, and I'm going to go score
Right.
some touchdowns too, because you couldn't stop me on the field or off.